Hi guys, how are you doing today? We've got our Monday coffee chat all about supplements. You guys, you ask me about supplements all the time. So we've kind of gone through a couple of them this month, and I wanted to just recap kind of several of the top supplements that I get asked about. So if you're hopping on, definitely be sure to say hi and let me know who you are and where you're from, because we're using StreamYard. It allows StreamYard access so that I can see who you are and we can chat. If you're catching the replay later, be sure to hashtag replay and leave any questions so I can come back and I can answer them. It is a rainy, stormy day here in Georgia. So I'm coming to you from my living room. And we're going to push through this coffee chat today on supplements. So I'm excited to chat about this with you guys. In terms of supplements, we need to understand, first of all, what they are for. And first of all, we need to look at if you're eating enough, okay? Because if you're not eating enough, then supplements are just going to kind of be like a Band-Aid over the wound. They're not going to solve the problem. So when, clients come to me, we work together, we always look at food first and see, are you getting enough regular and reliable meals? If you guys know me well, you've heard me say this. So are you guys getting enough? Do you feel like you're getting enough, or do you have questions about supplements? If you do, definitely leave the questions in the comments. If you don't feel like you're getting enough, put me, and we'll come back and we'll chat about it. So when it comes to supplements, let's talk about third-party verification. So there's two third-party certifications that I want to tell you guys about. One is called NSF, and it's used a lot of time for sport. So what we want to do is make sure that one of these certifications, these third-party certifications, is on the package, and make sure this NSF certification, particularly is for sports, it'll make sure that there's no banned substances in it. So even if you aren't a professional athlete, okay, number one is you don't want to be throwing your money down the toilet when it comes to supplements. Let me give you an example of this. Here's a good example with like CrossFit type workouts. I'll see like a lot of this pre-workout stuff, okay? And first thing I check is if there's any third-party certification on it. So I'll look at the label, and on this label, there was actually something called SARMS. This is one of those terms that if you guys got my email earlier, you saw SARMS. That's selective androgen receptor modulators. Big word. What that means is it's messing with the hormones. So for men, this means man boobs. For women, it could mean acne. It could mean hair in all the wrong places. So women were taking a lot of this pre-workout and then doing the CrossFit kind of things. So what it was doing is it's producing testosterone, and it's actually not helping people. It's not helping women at all balance their hormones. So because of this supplement, I want you to make sure there are no banned substances when you're looking. So NSF is a good certification to look for, because that is one of those things that will be banned for athletes. So if you're not an athlete, you're doing these CrossFit type of things, you could be taking something that's not certified, and it could have something really kind of like not a good ingredient in it that could be playing and messing up with your hormones. So make sure that it's third-party tested. I'm glad you guys are joining me. Say hey, let me know where you're from, and leave me any questions in the comments. We're talking about supplements today, and I'm going to go through another certification with you guys. So most companies get their certification, get their supplements from China. Okay, so if you research China and supplements, what you'll see is something probably not good. You're going to see rotting pots. You're going to see bats, cockroaches, rats. Just being real with you guys. They don't really always take care of where they're making the supplements. They don't care. If it's third-party verified, what this means is it's verified when it enters the United States. So NSF certification makes sure the supplement clears everything. And then a lot of supplement companies, they don't want to pay for this extra label, so they won't have it. You see, supplements aren't regulated by the FDA, so someone could be cooking up a supplement in their basement, literally. So what you could be getting, I guess the bottom line is that you could be getting cockroach rings and things like that in your supplements. So you want to make sure they're certified. You want to know that they've been certified when they come into this country. You want to know that like some random person wasn't cooking this up in their basement. For example, whey protein. Here's a big one. What is whey protein? It's lactase, which is a milk sugar. What do bugs like? Sugar, you guys. So any labs anywhere over in China, in someone's basement, nobody cares. Supplements aren't regulated. You want to make sure that these supplements are NSF certified or they're certified by a third party. If you have any questions about supplements, let me know. If you want to ask me about safe brands, definitely call me or comment below and let me know. I'm going to go into something now. Fish oils, you guys. Let's talk about omega-3s and inflammation. What to look for in a fish oil. What I want you to look for in a fish oil is look for EPA and DHA, or a good algae if you're vegan. So I have people that come to me and they're like, are fish oils healthy for me? Are they good for me? Fish oils, they fight inflammation. So when you look at a bottle of fish oil, what I want you to do is be as close, the EPA and the DHA should be as close to the total amount of omegas in there as possible. So if you look at the back of the bottle and it says 200 EPA and DHA versus 1,000 milligrams of omegas, just know that you're getting mostly fillers. So in grocery stores, CVS, Sam's, Costco are big ones. I see, omega-6s, omega-9s, get all the omegas. Okay. That is just marketing. Number one, those are not ingredients that you want to fight inflammation. Those are just buzzwords, and diet culture wants us to believe that we need more of those things. And we don't really understand what all those omegas are for. So diet culture just makes us feel like we need more of them. It's like, this includes all of these things, all these omega-3, 6s, 9s, all of those. So my number one tip for omega-3s is make sure that they're as close as possible to the total amount of omegas in the supplement. Okay, if you go to the back of the label, that's my number one tip. Number two with omega-3s is you want it to be in a dark container. Okay, so you don't want the container to be see-through because the light makes the oil rancid. And when your oil gets rancid, you have what is called fish burps. And I have people tell me, well, I can't take omega-3s because I burp and it tastes like a fish. So if you're getting fish burps, it could be two reasons. It's not in an opaque container, so your oil's gone rancid, or you're storing it in a hot place. If, it is in a dark container, maybe you're storing it in your car. Ladies, no supplements in the car, especially in South Florida. So fish oil, it's a supplement that I do recommend. I do recommend quite often for clients because number one, I don't think we're eating enough fish. Probably when we look at our diet, we ask ourselves, like, are we eating enough fish? Probably not, 2 to 3 times a week. So it is something that I recommend. I generally don't think a lot of us get enough fish in the diet. Do you guys think you get enough fish in the diet? Let me know. Give me the fish emoji if you feel like you get enough fish. Some people, it's just like tough to cook, or they'll eat it when they go out and they'll get sushi or something like that. So I recommend it to most of my clients, to be honest. There's just so much research out there on brain health, joint health, inflammation. Inflammation. It's a big buzzword, though. I do want to stop right there, but it is real. We have an omega index, you guys. So what this means is we have omega-3s and we have omega-6s in our body. So omega-6s, you might have heard this, they are inflammatory. But that doesn't mean to say that you like freak out and you don't want any. Some inflammation is good. So I know we have some type A, some people that like maybe are chronic dieters in this group that live in the black and white, and we're trying to learn to live in the gray. When I say omega-6s cause inflammation, I don't mean that you don't need any. I've had clients that like have taken, 2 to 3 fish supplements a day. They're going out and they're eating all the fish, and they actually get to a point where they're overdoing it with omega-3s and they have nosebleeds. And like literally what we have to do is put some processed food back in their diet to balance things out and get them to stop. So that's extreme. That's a really extreme example. But we want to live in the gray, and you want a balance of omega-3s and 6s. There is a ratio that's good. You want some of both in your body. So it's never one extreme or the other with anything in this group, you guys. So nutrition is really cool. If you're hopping on and you have a supplement question, let me know. Definitely say hi so I can chat with you. We've talked so far about why you want to make sure your supplements are third-party certified. And we went into omega-3s and omega-6s. I want to touch on multivitamins right now, because you guys ask me about this a lot. And honestly, in terms of a multivitamin, I just recommend that people eat food. And I put very few people on multivitamins. Obviously, if you're pregnant, you want to get on a prenatal, but on average, no. I don't see the validity for multivitamins unless you have a nutrient deficiency. And the two biggest things I see nutrient deficiency in is vitamin D and iron. So the next thing I want to talk about, and I think I cover a lot of these supplements you guys ask me about, greens powders. You guys, and I don't want to talk about greens powders because I was just asked about this recently. Companies are going buck wild. If you're over on Instagram, I'm getting like sponsored posts, ads for greens powders, influencers using greens powders all the time. And I want to say this is like diet culture to the max, but none of these, first of all, are NSF certified. What we talked about when I first came on, greens powder. So the only time I would recommend a greens powder is if I was working with someone that absolutely hated fruits and vegetables. Hey, okay, let's see, we got a comment. I'm going to circle back to it. The only time I would ever recommend it is if I had someone that absolutely hated fruits and vegetables, and maybe I wanted to get them to start understanding the taste and getting some of those nutrients in so that they can get used to it. Sometimes we have to start with that before we can explore and start to graduate to trying to add more fruits and vegetables in and finding ways that they enjoy eating fruits and vegetables. So I don't find greens powders effective. I think they have a place. If you're someone that absolutely hates fruits and veggies, if you hate vegetables with a passion, I mean, I would rather you try to explore by putting some spinach in your smoothies or, carrots or some form of vegetables. But if this is the way that you need to get your vegetables in. So not for weight loss or anything. It's more about exploring ways to use vegetables as we try to expand your palate and add more variety back into your diet. So there's no research at all for greens powders, even though like marketing, I feel like marketing out there is that they're like God's gift to health, and they're really not. I used to be super diet culture Wendy. I was the pantry doctor. I had detoxes. I had all of those things. I was recommending all of that stuff. I could be sold on any women's supplement that promised me energy and fat loss. And you guys, it's not the case. Okay, let's see. We got some comments. I'm gonna show them up. I have vitamin D deficiency, so I'm on a supplement for that from my doctor. Yes, yeah. There's really no point. And you know what, Jess? I know you eat tons of fruits and veggies, and that's the case. If that's the case, like that's the thing. If you miss the part about the fish oil, yeah, people aren't eating like 2 to 3 servings of fish a week. Sometimes getting fish oil supplement in, it's a good recommendation. I know people don't eat a lot of fish, but let's see what this is. Also, I hear there are benefits of incorporating turmeric. Yes, we need to talk about turmeric into your diet, but I don't really like it. So I've been taking a supplement. So yeah, supplements, if you don't like turmeric, are fine, and exploring ways to add turmeric back in. I would recommend, let's talk about turmeric for a second. If you're getting a turmeric supplement, I think I recommended a couple to you, Jess. But it definitely, if you want specific brands, let me know, send me a DM. I'll drop them in the comments. But turmeric is a root. It's actually more of like a medical food. And there is research that it does fight inflammation. The thing with turmeric is you want to make sure that like black pepper, and it's the curcumin. So that's the, you want to make sure it's the curcumin, and black pepper helps absorb it. So if you have any questions about a turmeric supplement, let me know. Sometimes people say they have like the burp with the supplement too and taste it. So it's just personal preference. There are other ways you can get turmeric. I don't know if you've ever tried turmeric milk, where it's basically like a latte or a nut milk, and you can put the turmeric powder in that and have one of those a day. But yeah, turmeric is definitely something like a taste. You have to get used to it. I love Indian food, but do I eat Indian food every single day? No. So I think turmeric is a really good supplement to just fight inflammation. That's another one, along with the fish oil. If you're not eating it every day consistently, that's when you might want to think, well, maybe I want to add this in. But I would definitely like talk to a dietitian or talk to somebody about it before you go adding a bunch of supplements. We want to make sure that like you're not just throwing money down the toilet. That's the number one thing. I was going to touch a little bit on collagen protein because we talked about collagen protein before. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on collagen protein because you can go back and I can tag if you want more information for collagen below, because I can tag my last Facebook Live on that. I see a lot of women, the point I want to make for collagen is I see a lot of women taking it for skin, hair, and nails. Like, longer, stronger hair, skin, nails. The research on this is not a lot, inconclusive. There's very small studies.
Yes.
So it's not a yes, it's not a no for the skin, hair, nails. It's just a maybe. I wouldn't recommend taking collagen just for that standpoint. However,
Yes.
if you've had surgery, if you have joint pain, things like that, ligaments, you're doing a lot of sports or a lot of activity, high intensity, then I would explore it. I would recommend it. But here's the case. You have to have 20 grams of it a day for it to be effective. So to get an effective dose. If you're taking a pill, sometimes those pills only have 1 gram. So you have to take like 15 to 20 pills to get an effective dose.
All right, thank you very much.
I use a powder and I put it in my coffee every morning and I get 2 scoops. And so that's an easy way to get it in. So it has been shown effective for our joints, ligaments, and tendons. And so I do also want to say that our body makes collagen. Sorry, me and my husband, we both work from home, so he's working now too. If you can hear that in the background, apologies. I'm working from here today. So anyway, 90% of our body's makeup is protein, and you can get it from food. So collagen is just supplemental. You can get it from having enough in your diet. So going food first is always how I approach things with clients. And we look at supplements if we need to take things to another level. So it's not the first thing I look at all. So if you have questions about supplements, definitely say me in the comments and we can chat about it. We can take it offline. I can answer your question below so others can maybe get help too. I take a collagen powder. I don't know if you know this about me, but I was in a car accident 2 weeks ago. I've had back issues for about the last 8 or 9 weeks. Some hip stuff. I started taking it because it will not hurt. The studies show that it does help when you take 20 grams a day. So I make sure I get my 2 scoops. I don't want to take 15 or 20 pills, but I'm getting an effective dose of collagen every day. So, I'll add it to smoothies or I'll put it in my coffee or tea in the afternoon. You can't taste it at all. So it's an easy way to get in this supplemental protein. It's not 100% absorbable. So when I say this, you don't want this to be your only form of protein. You should have it with other sources, just like anything else. We're living in the gray here, and we want to make sure we get a variety of different sources of protein, because the collagen protein that I take in the morning isn't a complete protein. So we talked turmeric, we talked greens powders, collagen protein, omega-3s. And if you missed the beginning, you might want to go check out why I would definitely make sure any of my supplements are certified by a third party. And you guys, if you ever get any of the supplements that I recommend, just know that they are, because that's the first thing that I look for, is to make sure that I know where they're coming from. That way you're not getting any kind of crazy cockroach wings in your supplements. But that's all for today. I'm so excited you joined me, Jess. Thank you for your questions. Definitely vitamin D deficient. You want to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D. Thanks for the question about the turmeric. If you have any more questions or you're watching this later, #replay, let me know, ask questions, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.